Hey y'all, James Gunn just dropped some wicked news about DC Universe, Extended Universe, and Elseworlds. Let's get into it.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Till the End of the Line podcast. I am your boy Juan G, the nerd with the laughs, here with the nerd with the knowledge. And
Geekity.
that's right. So, like he said in the beginning, we're going to be talking about the big announcement that James Gunn said. How long ago was it?
It's been almost a week now.
About a week or two, right? Something like that. I was stoked about it. I was so happy to see what the slate was. I like how he's kind of doing what Marvel does and like sets out the timeline a little bit, so they kind of explain what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. Well, we don't have too much of when right now.
Just we only have the date on Superman Legacy. That's the only thing we actually have a date on.
Because he's writing that right now.
Right.
So
he said he's about halfway done, which is pretty cool.
That's exciting. I think so now that we know what's coming out, I think the biggest news everybody's waiting for is to see who is going to play Superman.
It's not going to be Henry Cavill.
Well, obviously, because he's already said that. So Superman Legacy, should we just get into it? Just talk about Superman Legacy, or which one do you want to talk about
No,
first?
we'll go in order. The way he talked about it.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, we'll save that for that. So which one are we going to talk about first?
We're just going to go in order and how he talked about it in the video. He said like Blue Beetle, Shazam, Flash, and Aquaman. All of those movies are going to come out as slated the way they're supposed to. They've already been produced and made. He did touch base a little bit on Flash and how that's going to be like
it's going to
reset the entire DCU.
So now, him saying that it's going to reset, do you think time travel is going to play a part in that?
I mean, that's what Flashpoint Paradox is about.
That's what I'm saying, and that's one of Flash's known powers is that time travel.
Yeah.
So
it's different than the way the Avengers did it. With the whole
quantum realm and all.
Quantum realm and no, I think they talk quantum even in the Flash CW show, but it's not. If they go on the back, whatever they changes the future, and it's not alternate necessarily timelines. It's
You're talking about DC?
Yeah. So they don't have like a. What's the word?
Theirs is very Back to the Future timeline.
Yeah, very old school time travel.
Yeah.
The idea, the concept of it, versus Endgame came up with something a new one, but we found out it was Kang the whole time manipulating the sacred.
Mm-hmm. So, what are your beliefs on how time travel works? Are you more of the Marvel aspect where that doesn't change your life or the timeline? It just when you go back into the past, that's your new future, or
Correct.
Are you more behind the Back to the Future? If you step on a twig, the president's somebody different or something like that.
Yeah, I mean they both. Oh, there's the first one.
First one of the episode.
Oh man, they both make sense, but like.
He's not bored, I promise. He just.
I'm not.
I think the only way to get him not to yawn is to inject him with adrenaline before we start each episode. So if you guys have an adrenaline connect,
I feel like Jonah Hill and get him to the Greek.
Oh yeah, when he gets it. Yeah. So which one do you fall under? Which category of time travel?
This time I'll flip flop. I think both of them have real good points. Like the Back to the Future concept that like Scott Lang says, he's like, did you just base this whole heist off of Back to the Future? He's like, no,
of course not. Which
he was.
He literally said everything that happened in
language. And later on with him and Brody, he's like, so Back to the Future is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. Sorry, Cap. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I think if you do talk to your past selves, like that could alter it, because you can alter your entire life by giving yourself a certain knowledge, like a certain ex you're not supposed to ever date, and then you don't have a kid that you were supposed to have, you know what I mean? So a lot of that stuff. So like,
I think it might be a bit of both. Actually.
Yeah, it's a good combination of the both of both theories, and it makes sense. We just really don't know.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying you have that much knowledge.
Yeah,
like...
yeah. I'm the nerd with the knowledge, but I have like
not that much knowledge.
This much knowledge, you know.
You're not all knowing, yeah. But no, I was just curious which one you, I don't know, I guess believe more. But so that's gonna reset the DC universe.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of a good way James Gunn explains like, this is my DC era now.
And I like how they left the door open for, and then being like positive about Ezra Miller's recovery and him being in rehab, and they're like, the whole team that he's working with, we'll cross that bridge when that happens. Mm-hmm. So I like that they didn't completely shut him out. He could come back.
Yeah, that's very Marvel. Is it a Marvel's very, you did bad, bye.
Yeah, like, exactly.
DC's like, we're kind of dark ourselves, so we'll give you a second chance.
But James Gunn got a second chance, so he knows what that feels like.
True.
With the whole like tweet that happened like in 2007.
Oh God, yeah, that bull. Yeah.
I mean, James Gunn's changed. He's a different guy now. But yeah, I think he's gonna give Ezra Miller a second look to be like, all right, you're cool now, man. Like, we got this.
Yeah, I think it's more like if they see that they're willing to change, they'll give them a second chance rather than, you're just gonna keep partying and stuff, then you're gone.
Right.
Or keep abusing your husband by what's her name? Amber
Heard.
She's like, you're gonna keep doing that? Bye.
Yeah.
They asked her out. They recasted her, didn't they?
I don't know.
Did
they?
Yeah, in Aquaman. I believe so. They're gonna recast her.
Well, either that or like
I would just have her be eaten by like a whale.
Yeah, right.
And two.
But have her just die.
Oh, before we get any further in, I wanted to do this earlier, but I totally forgot. We got to give a big shout out, a gigantic to the line shout out to Chris Killian over at CK Comedy. His Instagram is at CK Comedy. We are huge fans of his. His daily distraction is like my nerd crack for the day. He's just hilarious, and he's big in at comicbook.com as well. That's where his daily distraction is like, yeah. I reached out to him, just letting him know, and that we're big fans of his and stuff, and he actually reached back up to us. He replied to us, so like, big shout out. I kind of bribed him. I'm like, hey, if you reply to this, I'll give you a shout out. And like, he's so funny because he's like, yeah, I'll reply back for a shout out, like, so I talked to him a bit. I asked him for like his feedback and stuff on our podcast, so he's down to give us like some feedback, which is like next level stuff. Yeah. So thank you, Chris. We're huge fans, and here's your shout out. I promise. I'll put up all his info so you guys can go follow him because he's awesome. He's actually he's one of our sources that we get our news from and stuff like that. And he's big into DC and stuff. Like he has a thing where he actually interviewed with James Gunn as Condiment Man, or is that?
Yeah, Condiment Man.
Yeah. Right. So he was full get up and costume. So yeah, he's awesome. So big shout out to you, Chris, over at CK Comedy. So yeah, I had to get that out there. I had to show love. So all right.
Yeah, so like I said, Blue Beetle, Shazam, Flash, Aquaman, they're all gonna come out as is. Jason Momoa there's been rumors of him maybe being Lobo, but with what he said of how Chapter 1, which is that they're not doing phases, they're going to do chapters, it seems like, he gave us a snippet. So he said everything that was listed isn't necessarily just Chapter 1. There could be more elements to it, but this is just the start of it.
What's coming out. Okay.
Right. So there's a lot of shows, there's some animation, and then there's movies, there's films also. But he did say that actors that voice in animation are going to be translated into live action.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool that the voice actors in the animation are going to play the live action.
Right.
Like that same character live action.
Exactly.
I think it's dope.
I think so too. But but they're not going to play dual.
Yeah, so that's what they said, that Jason Momoa won't play two characters.
Right, so he's either going to stay as Aquaman or he'll play Lobo, and it's one or the other. And I feel like it's going to lean more towards Aquaman just because of the success. Yeah, it's established and it's been successful. It's not been trash. Like Wonder Woman 2 was trash. Well, the first one was pretty solid. You know what I mean? And
I don't think. Well, in my opinion, Wonder Woman 2 wasn't trash. It wasn't as good as the first one,
trash.
but I don't know. I liked it.
Trash.
I enjoyed it. That
I need a button that says basura.
yeah, right. That gold wingsuit that she had, that was dope.
Really? I thought that's what I hated. One of the things I hated most.
What? How can you hate that?
Whack, bro.
How can you hate that?
I like the long sleeve. Like she has a long sleeve with like it's blue sleeves, and then it comes to like her wrist, and then it has a thumb holes, and then she has her gauntlets over it.
Oh, okay.
And then I think she's still in like the bikini thing, but like some of the newer costumes in the animated shows, like she looks dope, dude, and she doesn't have any armor outside of that, and then her belt, and then I think her chest plate too.
Wait, you didn't? And then we got to see the invisible plane. You didn't like that?
I mean,
I like how they did that too.
yeah.
There's nothing about it that you liked.
Not really. I think the villain, Chitara.
Yeah, the
That's
cheetah.
number 2, right?
No, you're on like 4 now.
Oh man, I lost count. Oh no.
Don't worry, I'm gonna have a counter up for the fans.
Yeah, I didn't care for her. The actor itself, I don't think she should have been the villain because she's too goofy all the time. And
Kristen Wiig?
Yeah, I couldn't take her serious. I couldn't. It's like if Jonah Hill played a villain.
I don't know. I've seen him in. I actually like Jonah Hill when he's being serious. I saw him in that You People. That
Which
scene.
was a great movie.
Yeah, great movie.
I just watched it the other day.
The scene where he's talking to the dad and he's like full on serious. I enjoy.
I mean,
Jonah's
does he know how to
acting.
be serious? Yeah, but who?
Like you wouldn't see Jonah as a penguin. Come on.
Maybe.
Because the penguin's kind of, or if you look at DeVito's penguin, he's kind of goofy and stuff. I don't know. Dude, you're yelling way more than normal.
And I just drank a full glass of coffee, and I'm drinking a Red Bull.
Yeah,
so whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Am I boring you? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
All right, so which one is the first one he talked about?
So it's Creatures and Commandos. It's an animated series.
Creature Commandos, okay. So that one, yeah.
It's a different lineup from what I understand. So it's like Frankenstein in there, Frankenstein's wife.
So it's gonna be a series. It's a show. It's gonna have 7 episodes, and the team is Monsters Assembled, and well, the original concept of it was a team of monsters assembled to fight Nazis.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be a modern take on that, and like you said, the actors that are voicing the characters in this are gonna also play the live action whenever that happens.
Yeah.
So like, what I'm wondering is, are they gonna make a live action from that, or just pull certain characters from it?
I think that the easier way to do it, because you're starting off with something brand new.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know about Creatures and Commandos. I really don't.
I didn't.
I
didn't even know that was a thing.
I knew of them, but it wasn't my thing. It's not, like Batman, Green Arrow, Green Lantern, like those are the
main
names,
ones.
the main ones. Yeah, the Justice League are the ones that I know well. Outside of that, not so much. Not how like in Marvel, I know a lot of the little side characters.
Like Squirrel Girl, and I didn't even know who that was.
But in Suicide Squad, we saw that werewolf dude. What's his name?
In Suicide Squad?
Yeah, maybe it's the second one.
Oh, that is not a werewolf. It's oh man, what's the character? That producer's looking it up right now, but I know what you're talking about. It was
that in the
like
picture.
Parrot looking thing. Is that it?
Uh huh.
Oh, okay.
So I would imagine.
And he was alive at the end of Suicide Squad. If you stuck around for the post-credit scene.
Yeah. So
he like coughed up the water and then he walked away.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That weird ass sounding thing.
Weasel.
Weasel. There it is.
You said it was a weasel.
Did I?
Yeah, you're like that weasel looking thing. It was a weasel.
Did,
you did.
I said the weasel looking thing? Oh, I didn't even realize I said that. All right. Yeah, all right.
I didn't realize that was the name either. But
I thought I said ferret looking thing.
Oh, you did say ferret.
See, I thought so. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll roll back the footage right now. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I mean, it's going to be animated so they can have a lot of fun with it. It's going to be released on HBO Max. I would imagine it to be, highly, rated M for mature. There's always a lot of blood and goriness in a lot of the DC films, which I don't mind. It's
And
pretty cool.
James Gunn already did Peacemaker,
Yeah.
which was a great show. I liked it a
Yeah.
lot.
Which I think leads into the Waller show. So some of the team from Peacemaker is going to be in the Waller show, which is going to be another HBO Max.
Yeah. I don't know how like into that one I'm gonna be.
Well, give it some.
I feel like she's the kind of well, not the Nick Fury, not the same like character, but she's like that of the DC world.
Yeah.
She's the one who brings teams together.
I think she's a
cold-blooded.
great combination of Nick Fury and Val, from who ends up becoming Madam Hydra.
Yeah.
And I think she's like a good combination of like an anti-hero slash like government person. You know what I mean? And like, so she has her own agenda. She has her own secrets she needs to hide for herself to not incriminate herself. And then she does care about the country and the world, but some of it's at her own leisure, I guess.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a cool show to see.
I'm gonna check it out. Like I said, I just don't know how I feel. Like I have a feeling like when we do, once this chapter one's over and we do our ranking, Walter's gonna be at the bottom.
Okay.
Not necessarily the last, but probably at the bottom of the list for me.
I think The Authority is gonna be my lowest, but we'll get there in a second.
Okay.
And then he hit us hard with like Superman Legacy, July 11th, 2025. That's gonna come out.
Yeah. So I have so Superman Legacy is not an origin story.
No.
He wanted that to be very clear. This is a young Superman, which is why he didn't go with Henry Cavill. He wanted a young Superman, so like I'm guessing like early 20s Superman. Henry Cavill's great looking, but I will never buy him as a
younger one,
21-year-old, right? So they'd have to CGI his face. But so it's not an origin story, and this movie is going to focus on his battle between his Kryptonian heritage and his Earth upcoming. His upcoming with his Earth parents.
Yeah.
So it's a very throwback to Smallville, because that's literally what Smallville was.
Okay.
The first half of the series was him struggling with why he was sent to Earth, his father's wishes for him there, and what the Kents brought him up as. So I think like it's a very nod to like Smallville, or him just like, I want to expand on that, or at least bring that to the big screen. I'm really excited to see. Well, and then Michael Rosenbaum, who played Lex in Smallville, I don't know if it's confirmed. I think it is confirmed that he's playing Lex in the movie.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's confirmed. So like that's even more of like Smallville, because like the same Lex in Smallville is playing it in Superman Legacy.
Okay.
So it's literally like he's like, all right, I want to bring Smallville to the big screen.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But again, it's the new DC universe. So Creature Commandos and Waller are both on HBO Max series, but they are a part of the extended universe. So it's not Elseworlds how Joker and Batman is. That's its own entity. It's just an extended universe. So I feel like anything that's going to be HBO Max or like TV shows on whatever other channel, those are going to be considered extended.
So yeah, it's kind of like the way Marvel has the MCU, and then the Disney Plus shows are like the extended part of Marvel.
Yeah.
The smaller side stories, I feel like it will be extended.
Yeah, and then Elseworld for Marvel would be like X-Men and Fantastic Four and all those.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because we
but
still got
Constantine. That into, well, I don't want to get too much into Marvel because it's a DC episode. But.
Yeah, but they will, but it's going to be this 616, not whatever timeline they're from. So they're going to define it by timeline, but it's still Elseworld. It's not our main continuity.
No, I thought the MCU is 616.
Right, but not the X-Men movies or the.
Oh, the X-Men stuff is not going to be 616.
No, I doubt that. That would not make sense. They would have to. The easiest way to bring them in is if they're another.
All right, I'm gonna bring this clip back to you, and if it's 616, like it's gonna be like, hey, in your face.
Nah, it's not gonna be 616.
All right, fair enough.
Because the first time we saw Charles Xavier was not even 616. He was a different universe.
Fair point. It was 828. Fair point.
That's... Yeah, and Mr. Fantastic was
828. Yeah. So. That's a good point.
Okay.
All right. Well,
but back to the timeline. So 2023, just go a little bit more into depth of the extended universe. So Shazam, Flash, Blue Beetle, Aquaman are all coming out this year, which is cool. And we have a bunch of Marvel movies coming out this year and shows. It's gonna be a good year for us.
Oh man, it's exciting year.
And then after that, in 2024, in the beginning of the year is the beginning of the reset. But the Joker 2 is gonna be an Elseworld film.
I am so disappointed in this film.
We'll see what happens. I'm not the biggest fan of... I know Lady Gaga has a great voice. It's supposed to be musical. I like musicals. I'm wearing a hat from Rent, my favorite musical. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I love them.
You're probably really going to like Joker, too.
I hope I do. If it's
You're like, dude, it's DC and they're singing. I'm going to be like...
It's going to be like Dark Murder. They're going to
like
sing...
Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, that's exactly probably what it's going to be like, actually. Yeah. That's the best version of what it would be like. Yeah. Now I'm even more excited. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, because I gave you the
Sweeney Todd reference? Yeah. That's probably exactly what it's going to be like. But anyway, so still Constantine 2.
Watch it, but...
It's going to come out afterwards. And then at the end of next year, we have the Creature Commandos and Waller, which are at the end of the year HBO series, probably released separately, so that way they don't overlap with each other.
I would imagine.
But now to 2025, which is now the beginning of the actual universe of DC Universe, is Superman Legacy.
Yeah.
After that, then it's the Matt Reeves Batman Part 2.
So is Superman Legacy kind of like the Iron Man?
I would imagine.
Okay. It's going to grow from that, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then the other extended universe would be all of the other stuff that happened. But Flash is going to flip everything over to allow us to, I'm sure, start with Superman Legacy. And then after that, it's Lanterns, which is the second most one that I'm excited for.
Second? Okay.
Yeah, so Brave and the Bold for sure is my main.
Same. I'm the most excited to see that because I'm excited to see. So we're finally going to get to, I feel like, with James Gunn, we're finally going to get a good Robin, like a good justified Robin.
Well, Titans did a good job. Dick Grayson.
We didn't really see it though.
But he was Robin, and he was
an adult, he
became Nightwing. Yeah.
Yeah, he was technically Robin for like the first 4 episodes, and he was struggling with it. But
no, because he didn't get the suit to the last episode of the first season.
Right, but he didn't really don the suit as Robin a lot. Because he was battling with, do I stay Robin? And he wanted to grow from Batman. And
yeah. You're right.
So, and then the second one, we got, what was it, Dick Grayson? No, not Dick Grayson. What's the second Robin?
Jason
Todd. So we got him as Robin, and he was good. The wife likes that one.
Jason Todd?
The actor who played it.
You think he's cute?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she was watching that without me, which I'm kind of suspicious about now, what she was doing while she was watching it. But anyway, so we're
Did you hear a buzzing noise?
No, I didn't. I wasn't here. That's the thing. If I did, I'd be like, hey.
Check the camera you put in. Did you put in a new camera?
Yeah, right.
Oh, she don't know about it. Never
mind.
mind.
Oh, damn. You just messed it up. No, so I feel like we're gonna finally get a solid Robin, because like the George Clooney Robin or the Batman Forever Robin.
Yeah, the first Dick Grayson we got.
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of, you know what I mean? Like it was Robin for Robin's sake, but it was
George Clooney was Batman though. Come on, he was a good-looking guy, but like he's not Batman.
Fair point. He still wasn't my worst Batman. Anyway. That's another episode.
Yeah, it's the other guy, something Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
Yeah, Kilmer.
Did not like him as Batman at all. So I feel like we're gonna get a cool, like a good
Lantern series.
No, Robin.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like.
Oh, wait, hold on. We got a couple things to get through before we get to Batman.
Oh, okay.
So after Superman Legacy, then it's the Lanterns, which is a show.
I'm looking forward to seeing that because I feel like it's gonna finally. Not shut up, but like satisfy all the people that just trashed Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed.
So Lantern's supposed to come out 2025.
People that saw that.
Do we know when Deadpool 3 is supposed to come out?
Why? You think he's
producer,
gonna like?
If you can find out when Deadpool 3 comes out, that'd be awesome. Because I hope
He talks shit about it.
He'd say he's finally they redid it right. You know what I mean? It's like he acknowledges that DC did it right this time. If they do it right, hopefully they please. James Gunn, I believe too, but
It's November 8th, 2024.
Okay, so it's gonna come out first. Never mind. I'm sure when Deadpool comes back, he has to, like, Ryan Reynolds has to make a comment about.
Oh, when it comes out, he's probably gonna do like he always does those little like Instagram videos or whatever it is. He's gonna say something.
As Deadpool?
Deadpool, yeah.
That'd be dope.
He's usually sitting down legs crossed and talking to us.
Or it depends on how he's left at the end of Deadpool 3.
Oh yeah,
he
we
could
don't
be
know
missing
what's
an arm. He could just have small arms instead of small legs now. You know, he's just sitting there. So.
They're always gonna work on
trying to flip through his like tablet or something. You know?
Yeah. So that one, the Lanterns, they're gonna do it. So it's gonna be Hal Jordan and John Stewart at the same time, Green Lanterns, and they're doing it kind of like I've never seen the show, but True Detectives.
Yeah.
So they're gonna they're like buddy
and their
cops.
precinct is Earth, like our galaxy. Earth is their precinct, and that's what they're in charge of.
So are they gonna be like you cover the northern hemisphere, I cover the south?
I'm sure they just kind of do it together.
Okay.
John Stewart is my favorite Lantern.
Okay. That is the
African American.
Yeah. Okay.
I just because I've never seen him ever lose or get his ass beat. First off, he's always he's been overpowered, but never like bad. Mm-hmm. His willpower is very, very strong. His imagination is really strong. He's always come up with some crazy things to get out of it in animated shows.
So and that's what it takes to be a Green Lantern, right?
Right.
Strong will and your imagination, because you need literally that's your superpower, is your imagination.
Yeah.
Because it's the ring, whatever you manifest in your mind.
Yeah.
The ring manifests it.
Exactly. And so that's why I like John Stewart. He just shows like a really strong, stable, grounded hero. And he's not like overbearing. Like, I love Captain America, but I get why Tony gets annoyed by him sometimes. You know what I mean?
He's the whole righteous Boy Scout.
Yeah.
And
like it's not that with John Stewart. He's just like he gets the job done. I feel like because he's so almost like just blends in and blah. Mm-hmm. That's why he doesn't get the credit he gets. But that's why I like it, because he's like a solid foundation of the Justice League. Mm-hmm. That's why.
So are you glad that they're doing a show as opposed to a movie?
Because the movie, and James Gunn said it, like, if it's a story we have to tell and it's 8 hours worth, then we're going to do a show. Mm-hmm. And if it's a small story we got to tell, then we'll do a movie. Mm-hmm. But, like, the Lanterns, there's so much you can tell with it. All the other Lantern Corps that exist.
The Lantern Corps are gigantic.
Yeah. And we saw it in the movie, and it was cool. They did a good job of showing, what it looks like and what it takes to become a Lantern, but there's all the other Lantern Corps, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Different colors, yeah. There could be eventually in the future a movie of when you collect all 5, you become the White Lantern. You have the powers of all.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you can collect all the rings, yeah.
So, very Gauntlet style.
Yeah, exactly. Very similar to the Gauntlet style. So, that can be the bigger, like, maybe chapter 3 or 4.
The bigger story of it.
Yeah. And, like...
Or, like, that could be the scope of a movie. Of somebody getting all 5.
Yeah. Or preventing someone from getting all 5.
Because I would imagine
I think it's 7 Lanterns.
You're probably OP if you get all 5.
Yeah, it's 7. It's 7 rings, I believe.
Oh, so you're...
okay. Yeah. Or maybe it's 8. I think it's 8 because they had it on all 4 fingers.
Oh, all right.
And then they didn't have the thumbs. Yeah.
Probably.
Producer, you looking it up?
So, I got a question. So, since it is a show and not a movie, generally budgets for shows are smaller than movies.
But
how do you? No. I'm not talking about like the production. My question was gonna be, how do you think the suits are gonna look compared to? All right, so we have to hold Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern as a basis because what came out.
Yeah.
So do you think they're gonna go full CGI with the suit like they did on him, or how do you think the suits are gonna look?
The way things are now, I wouldn't imagine they wouldn't. It's gonna be maybe like how Iron Man has like Robert Downey Jr. only wore like the chest plate.
The chest plate, yeah.
Yeah, and like it went around his chest and his back, and that was it. Everything else was fully CGI. Mm-hmm. So I think that'd be the same way. They'd wear a ring,
obviously,
and maybe have like just like a small cowl here and just like a chest thing. I don't think they'll wear like the spandex thing, you know?
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think so. I really don't. You got the chorus?
9 rings.
9 rings. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
There you go. Damn.
so that's one full hand and then 4.
So let me see if I can rattle them off. So it's
Oh, there we go.
will, fear, courage,
Sleepy, dopey.
love. I don't know those 5.
Willpower, fear, love, rage, hope, compassion, life, death, and I'm probably pronouncing this wrong. AVARICE.
AVARICE? Avarice?
What's
I have no idea what that
Is
means.
that the white one?
Probably.
Well, I thought.
The white one is all of them together.
Oh. So that. Yeah, maybe, I guess. I don't know.
Either way. But that's the one I'm most excited for. What I'm intrigued about is the Paradise Lost. It's another.
Yeah, what is that?
So
I didn't get a chance to research that one.
It's extreme greed for wealth. Avarice.
Interesting.
Extreme grief or wealth?
Greed.
Oh, extreme greed or wealth.
Material gain.
Interesting.
Huh.
So Lex Luthor would be perfect for that.
I'm saying.
But yeah, so the way James Gunn explained it, what I've been able to find is Paradise Lost is the island of where the mascara come from.
Oh, that's right. He did say that in the thing. Okay.
And so it's a story before Wonder Woman was born. Maybe it's gonna explain where she came from, how she was born of the gods.
Kind of did that a little bit. The first one explained that Zeus is her dad.
But we never really get to see them and their.
This is a very chicken or the egg, like which came first question. They're all lesbians, or
well,
majority are lesbians.
They know of men and they hate men.
Correct, but they're generally aren't they mostly lesbians?
I don't know.
So I'm like, how do they get there? How does their population grow?
Maybe they'll answer it here.
That's what I'm saying.
Some of them probably are. Some of them maybe.
I mean, it's a numbers thing. Like that many women, there's got to be some lesbians in there.
True. Yeah.
Or both.
It'll probably be both.
Or a bisexual, or SNL did a really funny skit when Gal Gadot was on there.
Okay.
I think it was when the first one came out, or it was when one of the Wonder Woman movies came out.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know, but they have lesbian actors on SNL.
Oh yeah.
So one of them, who's one of my favorite cast members there of all time, like on my list of favorites. It's a very big list, but I forget what her name is. She was in Ghostbusters with Kristen Wiig. She played the equipment person.
Yeah, I know
her. So
she's in Bridesmaids too, right? Bridesmaids also. Right?
No.
I'm
Kristen Wiig is.
That's.
And Maya Rudolph from SNL are both in there.
Either way.
Yeah. So the skit was like that person, that actress, and like the other women in there, and that was the whole thing. Was like Gal Gadot actually kissed them, like full on.
Made out with them?
I don't know about made out. I don't know. She kissed them.
Okay.
And that was just the whole skit. It was just like, because they're all women and stuff like that. So you gotta
have needs. You get bored, you know.
just boredom. Just jail type rules, like gay for the stay on. Was it Demon Yeah. So you just while you're there.
I feel like that's kind of what happened in Last of Us, which we'll talk about next episode. That's episode 3.
No.
Because that was the first time he had ever been with a man.
Correct, but well, let's save that for next episode. Yeah, we got.
So like, it depends. Like world ending, you haven't never seen a guy your whole life. You're kind of conformed to living that lifestyle. You know what I mean? But you can. I almost feel like they did at one point have. They did at one point have men on the island, and then they kicked them off for a reason. I remember where I heard that, but I feel like that was what it was, and then men had betrayed them, and they're like, screw it, we don't need men. And then that's where all that happened, and then they became.
So Paradise Lost is about that place.
It's about that
Minnesota.
island. Yeah.
Okay.
And why they hide themselves from humanity, and why they hide.
And I forget, is that one a film or a show?
It is a show. It is a show.
It is a show.
Color
Okay.
coded it.
Yeah. All right. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I see it.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a show.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
I did skip over the Authority, which is a passion project of. It's like
James Gunn.
James Gunn. Yeah. It's like the Justice League, but like the C+B superhero. So there's a
But I
version.
thought Superman is in it.
He interacts with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the Creature Commandos and the Authority are going to be part of the they're gonna show up in other films.
So is the Authority the Defenders of DC?
Nah, because the Defenders aren't they're not second-rate heroes. They're just different level.
So what do you mean by the Authority is? You said B-list. That's what Defenders were.
Yeah, but Luke Cage ends up becoming one of the best leaders of the Avengers at one point. Like Luke Cage is a powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so is Daredevil. I think the other two, Jessica Jones and Iron Fist, they can kick rocks. But the other two,
Jessica Jones is awesome.
she's cool, and I love the actor, but I don't.
All right.
Like if she died, I'd be like, damn, that sucks. What's going on over there?
Yeah, no. And next show. Okay. All right. So.
But they're and so apparently they'll do whatever it takes. So they're almost like an anti-hero, is what the vibe I got off of them. From what I've seen is
But they're not Suicide Squad type of.
No, I don't know if they're that savage, but I think some of the things they'll do could be
teeter
blurring the lines. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the Paradise Lost. But then the one that I feel like we were talking about, we're both really excited about, is The Brave and the Bold.
Yeesh.
So at this point, we're seeing Damien, and
who's apparently this murderous Robin.
Yeah. You didn't know this?
So I did not.
His mom is Talia al Ghul, the daughter of Ra's al Ghul.
Yes.
So his grandfather, Batman, the League of Shadows.
Yeah.
Batman was trained by the League of Shadows,
and they're assassins.
Yeah.
So he get it from his mom.
Yeah. And then the genius level, the genius level intellect and the detective skills of Batman. It's just crazy.
So is that movie? Is it gonna be Batman kind of dealing with, my son's off the rails, just killing everybody?
Yeah, because that's every time you see Damien, he's kind of like borderline vigilante, borderline anti-hero, because he'll kill people.
He's very Deadpool-esque, where he's doing good, but he's just killing people, or Punisher.
No, he'll just kill people to kill people too. He's a savage. Yeah. So there's this new movie that came out. I think it's Superman and Batman's Sons, or the Sons of Superman and Batman. Have you seen it on HBO Max?
The cartoon?
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about, yeah.
I watched it the other day. I started watching it with one of the little ones at the house, and then I finished watching it on my own too, just because it's something I wanted to talk about to see if it was close to the Brave and the Bad. And then there's the Teen Titans versus the Justice League. I'm sorry, the Bold and the Brave.
Okay, I'm
making up my own word.
I know. What movie's that?
And then in Titans, the cartoon show that I keep telling you to watch, which tell him guys how great it is.
I haven't got to. Sorry, guys. Again, DC is second string for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too.
I'll bring them in if I need it, but
it's such a great show.
Yeah, and also I've never been into the DC cartoons. I like X-Men, I like Spider-Man, and it might be because it's Marvel.
Yeah.
But
Young Justice is dope. But anyways, besides the point.
I like Harley Quinn cartoon.
We were at yes. Watch the first episode. It's pretty fucking crazy.
Don't you like it?
Some of my friends at work were talking about it. I was like, I gotta watch this.
But and I told you.
I got the kids at home often when I'm home, so I can't watch it.
You cannot.
Yes, I cannot watch it with the kids home.
That's not good.
We started watching Velma too, which is interesting.
I like Velma, dude.
It's very another day.
It's very Harley Quinn meets Scooby Doo.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But anyways, so it's Damian Wayne. So that means at this point we've already had 2 Robins. Dick Grayson and Jason Todd. So versus Superman, we're getting the younger, just getting into the role of Superman. This Batman seems to be already have been established.
Oh, correct. He's been Batman for years because
Yeah.
he's had 2 Robins already.
And I would imagine he's older, like the age of the Ben Affleck Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if they'll recast Batman. Probably, I mean, Ben Affleck, I'm pretty sure it's a no. But.
That they won't recast him?
Yeah, I don't think they will.
What?
They'll choose a different Batman. At this point, no, I don't think so.
Wait, hold on. You're contradicting yourself. You're saying they won't recast him?
Correct.
So they're going to keep Ben Affleck. Is what you're saying.
Oh.
Won't recast?
Oh, yeah, I said that backwards. Yeah, so, like, they're going to recast
Batman.
Yeah, but
Correct.
not as Ben Affleck.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, Ben Affleck won't be reprising as well as Batman. I doubt
That's
it.
the word I was looking for, repricing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see what this what this Batman's going to be at, because he's already have put in his mind failed 2 Robins, because that's why the Robins leave. Jason Todd is the one that almost gets beat to a pulp and murdered by Joker. So at this point, there's a Joker running around that's why.
Well, he becomes Red Hood after that. Yeah.
Right, but at this point, in The Brave and the Bold, I feel like Batman has gone through so much already, and there's that part of the story that we haven't seen yet. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm excited to see Damian, but I'm excited to see what they're gonna explain and what happened to Dick and what happened to Todd. Or Jason, sorry, Jason.
Jason Todd, yeah.
To see what happened to both of them and why Damian's there and not any of them. Or will we see Dick Grayson pop up as Nightwing?
That'd be dope, dude. If we could see the actor that's playing Dick Grayson in Titans.
I said that. I hope they bring him in. Because he didn't mention anything about Suicide Squad or anything about Titans.
Correct. Or Peacemaker.
He did. Waller is pulling Peacemaker, parts of the team from Peacemaker.
Oh, correct.
Waller.
Well, that's because Waller was in Peacemaker, the show.
Exactly. So I feel like Peacemaker is safe because that's his baby, and the newer one, Suicide Squad. Some people like the second one.
Plus,
some
he
people
loves
didn't.
working with John Cena.
Yeah. I don't know. He might scratch it. He might scratch what happened in
Do you notice James Gunn likes working with actors or wrestlers turned actors?
Oh, Bautista and
Bautista, John Cena. Yeah.
He didn't work with The Rock yet, though.
I mean, they're kind of.
You think it's a loss of talent? Like
they're actually like butting heads because of what James Gunn's doing, and Black Adam came out and he's like, "Oh, now you're resetting everything." You know how long it took me to make this movie.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like pissed at Gunn, but
I would imagine.
I doubt that's. No, I don't think with knowing The Rock.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know him, but.
He would do what's right for the money for the fans.
Yeah, and plus I feel like he's very like holds a grudge.
Think so?
I think so. I think The Rock will be like that.
Because of what happened between him and
James Gunn, like.
Well, but because of how what's his name, Vin Diesel and him don't get along.
Oh, I guess, yeah. Oh yeah. That right there tells me.
An example.
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know, but either way, I don't know. I kind of would have liked to see Black Adam more, like get a sequel.
Yeah, me too.
It's not going to happen.
Maybe he'll show up in Shazam. We really don't know.
And that Shazam was before James Gunn, so.
Yeah, and so we're seeing a second movie, The Fury of the Gods. I don't know. I don't think Black Adam's done. It'd be such a loss. Such a loss.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
I don't know if Black Adam fits in James
But what
Gunn's.
part of The Brave and the Bold are you excited about? Like, what part of it?
I am, well, like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing Robin done correctly.
Okay.
Damian, what's up?
What about the third Robin in Teen Titans?
Oh, that's Tim Drake. So technically in line, he's the fourth Robin.
Oh, on the way to become a Robin.
Yeah, Tim
but
Drake.
not by Batman.
Yeah. Well, in the comics it was by Batman.
Mm.
But in Titans it seems like Dick Grayson's the one that's mentoring him. And he just got he got a staff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
So I think
I forgot all about Tim Drake.
no, I didn't. But that's why I brought up the other two, because if we're seeing Damian, that means the other two already exist in the universe at some point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just Dick Grayson.
But you're saying Tim Drake comes after?
In line of who dons the Robin suits, yeah, he's the fourth one. I think there's a fifth one too, but he's not really that well known. I don't remember his name.
It's an actual Robin.
Yeah.
Like, it's like with the suit on.
There's a girl that takes it too, and then she becomes Batgirl.
Well, isn't
Commissioner Gordon's
I was
daughter.
gonna say, isn't
Yeah.
Batgirl Commissioner Gordon's daughter?
Yeah.
Which she's in a wheelchair now. So
Yeah.
That's
On Teen
She
Titans.
becomes Oracle.
Mm-hmm.
correct.
Yeah. and
Which she's in Teen Titans already, so they're nixing that whole Batgirl timeline.
Yeah, that's gonna be weird. And then he said the whole the Batgirl movie just scrapped. Like it was. What did they say? They said the movie was.
That's right.
They said the movie was. It would have hurt DC to release it. It was unreleasable.
It was that bad.
Yeah, that's what they said. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I don't think Batgirl should have ever gotten her own movie. I think she's a character that at most would get a show.
Yeah.
Or
Well, she was in a show.
They even tried putting Batwoman out, and that flopped hard.
Really, a show?
Yeah, it's on CW.
Shows how much I watched.
Yeah, Batwoman. It started out with Ruby Rose was Batwoman.
Oh yeah.
And it was filmed literally in Chicago, and then she left the project, so then they brought in some African American actress,
I remember.
and then that just tanked hard.
Yeah, I remember now.
They couldn't get it off the ground. But I think Batgirl would be more suited as a cameo character.
Yeah.
Somebody inserted in like Raven the Bold.
Yeah.
Put her in there, but not a standalone.
Well, that's one thing he said. It's the big introduction to the Bat family. So that means the Bat family has already been established, which, like I said, Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, maybe Barbara Gordon, and then there's another Batgirl. But yeah, so to see them, I feel like they should do like a Bat family movie. Oh, not called that, but like something about
Bat family.
yeah, something that's more. It'll be a Batman movie, related movie, but talk about like the Robins, or a Joker movie explaining or showing him like beat the crap out of Jason Todd. You know what I mean? I think that whole
Man, if you see that in Titans, he's going crazy on
He dies.
Jason
also
Todd.
in Teen Titans.
Yeah, he actually killed Jason Todd.
Who?
Joker. He kills Jason Todd in Titans,
Yeah,
and then Jason Todd gets resurrected.
in the Lazarus Pit.
Mm-hmm.
The Joker also dies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, Batman kills him.
One of the Jokers.
Right.
There's three of them.
Mm-hmm. All right, but I want to talk about the second project that's I'm most excited about. So Ravenlow is the Beetle, Blue Beetle. Sorry, not the Beetle.
Well, let's finish the lineup and then we'll go back to the movies.
Okay, what's
So-
the lineup?
There's Booster Gold, which is I think is gonna be similar to like a Deadpool type guy. He's a comic relief guy, goofy, but he's like a total loser in the future.
And he time travels.
Back to
Right.
our time with technology, and now he's a superhero.
Yeah,
So it's kind of cool.
it's
He
very
might,
Venom, where he's a loser and then gets
yeah,
stuff and
exactly.
I mean, now he's
So that could be fun, and it's a show, so that can be cool. The one I'm really excited for Supergirl. So Superman is gonna Legacy is gonna explain the beginning of Superman, growing up in our humanity, having love and being nurtured, and which is one of the biggest keys of why he's such an important hero and why he's such a great hero, because he has that like humanity to him.
Mm-hmm.
Versus Supergirl grew up on a piece of like Krypton where they were from, and she's seen so much death and so much murder, and
Yeah, because she was already a teen when Krypton blew up.
yes,
So when she gets here, it's only because she got lost in space and time
Something
works.
like
Time works differently. As if you've seen Interstellar, you know, time works differently.
in different parts of the universe.
So I'm looking forward to seeing with Supergirl the kind of the story arc up for her.
Mhm.
So I wonder if they're actually gonna start off with her in Krypton, or like if any of it is gonna be her on Krypton,
Okay.
or if maybe the entire movie is her on Krypton
No, I don't think so.
before her. You don't think it would do the whole, at least the first half of the movie probably.
Yeah, first third, like
Or
the
third, yeah.
the third of it, the first third, like the first act, and then the medium, like the middle of it, it's just like
Because what is it called?
Woman of Tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So Woman of
Bless you.
Tomorrow. So Woman of Tomorrow, yeah. it wouldn't. They would have to kind of bring her to Earth.
Yeah. And I think he's making it as if
It could end with her getting to Earth.
Nah.
No? Okay.
The
Where is
Woman
it?
of Tomorrow, he has to be. She would have to be here on Earth already, making an impact.
Okay.
I feel like
All right.
And I feel like she's definitely gonna interact already with Superman, because Superman would have been out already.
Yeah, he's a grown. Yeah, he's grown by the time she gets here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he could be in his 20s.
Oh right. Well, yeah. So he's right. Well, and
Because it's
James
only a
Gunn's
2-year difference in as far as release.
Mm.
So we can see.
But 2 years movie time could be 15 years. You know.
Yeah, but he's smart to not spread it out too far. Because, like, there's only a 10-year difference between Futures Past and then, like, the original X-Men. That's what some of the things that they used to say was, like, Magneto. Like, Magneto and Charles Xavier had a really tough 10 years because they aged hard. You know what I mean? And I don't think James Gunn would make that same mistake with that. He'll keep some continuity with actual time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they had a real rough
They
life.
aged like-
Those 10 years were tough.
They age like fine milk. Yeah. Okay.
Spoiled milk.
Yeah. So okay. So all right. So we got
Supergirl. The last
Supergirl.
thing is Swamp Thing. It's the first horror version of it.
my wife. That's the one that my wife is most excited to see.
Correct, yeah.
Is Swamp Thing. She's looking forward to seeing like how they're gonna actually do the Swamp Thing.
More
Yeah.
humanoid or more like monster.
And I gotta imagine it's more monster.
I agree. Because the phase is called, the chapter is called DC.
Yeah, don't do
God,
that.
God and Monsters.
James Gunn was very clear on calling it chapters because he wants to separate. But yeah,
But little do we know.
yeah, Hail Marvel. That's it. If you saw our post we put
Our
up,
story.
that was so funny. I hope we get his origin of how he becomes Swamp Thing in it.
Yeah.
And
I believe it was a science experiment.
Really
Yeah, I believe it's a science experiment.
dealing with botany and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. I hope to see how they're gonna do. Well, like the CGI, I'm looking forward to seeing on it.
I think that's one thing that DC has never failed with.
Because Aquaman was done beautifully.
Yeah, I think they've always had some solid CGI. It's one thing I can say about DC is like their CGI has always been pretty on point.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to see if it's like the horror. I hope they go like
Deep into it, super
straight
scary.
horror. Yeah, I want to like jump at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want like jump scare horror, or do you want like scary, like spooky,
like thriller
yeah.
kind of stuff? I say give me both.
Oh.
I want to be like creeped out, but then I want some parts to be like bam, like him just pop out of the water.
Okay.
Gah! Yeah, that kind of.
All right. Okay.
I'm looking forward to
Do you
it.
think they'll go with like an old school vibe, how they did like Werewolf by Night?
No, I don't
Because they did it already.
No, because like it's so. I feel like it's like the cop out way to go because it's one thing and it's like I want to see a modern take on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to see a more up to date like technology around it and him to have to deal
Because
with
I don't have
like
expectations.
climate
Yet.
change.
I don't really know what I want out of this. You know what I mean? Once I start seeing some of the first things that James Gunn puts out with his directing team, and then I'll maybe have an opinion about it. But I really don't know.
Yeah, I'm not like excited for this, but I'm looking forward to it. It's
Yeah.
something I'm like, oh hey, that's gonna be interesting.
That one doesn't count. I held in that. Young,
No,
right?
that counts.
I held
That
it in.
counts. I'll put a half. I'll put a half.
Alright, cool.
Bing.
0.5. But yeah, that wraps up chapter 1. Just a quick little, we'll bullet through it.
Yeah.
So, Creature Commandos animated show, Waller, HBO show, Superman Legacy, first movie, July 11th, 2025. That's a film. Lanterns, which is another show featuring Hal Gordon and Jon Stewart. Then The Authority, another film. And then Paradise Lost, a show. Then Brave and the Bold, which is going to be, I think, the best film out of that first chapter, with Bruce and Damian. Booster Gold, another show. Superwoman, a movie. And Swamp Thing, a movie.
So
With
it's
that,
a movie. Okay, yeah.
ending with 2 movies. But he also said there could be more added to this. So we'll see what happens.
So as of right now,
Mhm.
that's what's marked for chapter 1.
Yeah. So from now, 2023 until 2027. So that's 5 years. outside of that chapter one, the extended universe and Elseworlds is so it's still gonna be like, it's still part of the extended universe. So it'll involve with chapter one, and it's the beginning, I guess, essentially, but not the real beginning like Superman Legacy is. So Shazam, Flash, Aquaman are gonna be part of it, and then the Joker 2, and then the Batman 2, and Constantine are just in their own little world. So it's just totally different.
And Keanu Reeves is coming back as Constantine.
I believe so. I believe so. The John Wick 4 is gonna come out soon. That's gonna be dope. He said it's the most physical he's ever been in a role. Like there's so much action, more action than all the other.
And the other three, he's pretty physical. In it, so woo,
that's gonna be cool. And then he's gonna do Constantine, so he's in good shape.
I loved him as Constantine.
It's because he's a vampire, so he's in good shape that way. No, I'm just kidding. But I know the one
you're
you're
talking about actual Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, he's actually a vampire.
He does not age.
No,
him and Paul Rudd are vampires.
Yes, agreed. But I know one movie that I didn't talk about yet was Blue Beetle that you're really excited about.
Yes, so that's the second movie that I'm most excited to see.
That comes out this year.
Correct, which is why I'm very, very happy. So I'm excited to see it because number one, he's a Latino superhero.
Okay, true.
True. We got a little bit of it with America Chavez.
What's his name? Something Jimenez?
Jaime Reyes.
Reyes. Oh wow.
Yes. Yeah. You kind of combined
his first and last.
Yeah.
Whoops.
So his Jaime Reyes. I like him too because we share a name. That's my middle name. But
what's your middle name?
Jaime.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. How long have we known each other? You did not know that?
No.
Yeah. So because you don't have a middle name, right?
No, because I'm a junior.
Yes, and my wife doesn't have a middle name either, so you guys are weird. No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm a junior. I have a reason. She's weird because she doesn't have one.
Parents are like,
yeah?
Don't put it.
Don't.
Yeah, so I'm excited. So that's the main reason is like I feel like this movie for me is what the Asian community felt when Shang-Chi came out.
I feel you.
So like I'm excited to see a Latino represented on the big screen as like the protagonist and like
that's cool.
I'm pumped for that.
I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that. And
Marvel
then
did it first though, so whatever.
Yeah. With America. Yeah. America Chavez. So I'm excited for that. And then I have the Injustice game and he's in that and I used him a lot.
That's a good game.
Yeah,
I think that would be a cool ass time. Like if they made an Injustice movie, like Otherworlds.
Because the Injustice game has a movie timeline. Like there's cutscenes of movie.
Yeah.
So it can play. Like he could take from that and make a movie called Injustice. That'd be dope. So a little bit about Blue Beetle. He's actually the third Blue Beetle.
Yes.
What I hope to see is his suit is going to be very Iron Man Bleeding Edge-esque, where his weapons can change.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's always kind of how it's been.
Yeah, so no, I'm just saying, so the people that don't know who Blue Beetle is, that's it. His suit is very, if you watch Infinity War, his suit is very...
It's an organism. It's alive.
Correct, it's an alien, but it
latches onto his back.
On him, it looks like a suit, which is why I'm calling it that.
Yeah.
But I was going to get into that a little bit. So the original Blue Beetle was an archaeologist named Dan Garrett.
Okay.
Who discovered so it's an ancient scarab, which is why it's called Blue Beetle. So he discovered it in an Egyptian tomb, and then he donned it, or he used it as to fight crime and do all that stuff. The second Blue Beetle was Ted Corda. He didn't get powers from it, but he used his wits and his fists. So he basically just used it as armor, I guess. And then he used his mind, and then he just made up a lot of gadgets and stuff. So I don't think he used the full power of the scarab.
Okay.
So and then Jaime Reyes is he's the Peter Parker of DC. So he's
a good way to put it.
Yeah, he's a teen. He's battling that thing that all teens go through. That time of your life where everything's changing. You're becoming who you are. It's the very coming of age years. So he's dealing with that. He lives. It's in El Paso, Texas, is where he's from. I wonder if they're. I would imagine they're gonna base it out of Texas.
Yeah, for sure.
And then he bonds with Dan Garrett's Scarab.
Okay.
So I don't know if the second Blue Beetle Ted Cord, if he actually donned the Scarab, or if he just used the Blue Beetle name and made up his own thing. I didn't get too much into it, but
okay.
I do know that Jaime Reyes bonds with Dan Garrett, the original Blue Beetle's Scarab. And then...
But this is alien tech.
It is an alien, so yeah. So it's an alien armor.
Okay.
So it's...
So there's a black beetle and a yellow
correct,
beetle.
and the black beetle is the villain. And I think it's going to be the villain in the film.
Because there's a green one that comes from... What is Martian Manhunter and Miss Martian? What are they? They're from Mars, but
Yeah, the Martians.
they're Martians, right?
Yeah.
So there's a beetle that's a Martian also.
From Mars?
Yeah.
So Mars beetle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So there's a green one.
Okay, so the Scarab can communicate with Hyman.
Mm-hmm.
It can actually talk to him, and
It's like a synthetic.
it's like Venom.
Yeah, that's the way I like that.
It's DC's Venom, in a way.
Yeah. Just
So-
not as.
No. I'm not
Demonic.
talking about I'm not talking about the actual like characteristics of it.
Yeah.
It's the powers
The
equivalent
of it, yeah.
are Marvel's.
Yeah. Well,
Venom
but Venom
is-
can't create like blasters.
Well, he could create different weapons from it.
Yeah.
That's just that it's a different type of alien, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's more the Scarab is more mythic and magic than it is alien. Yeah. So it comes from like that whole the Egyptian mythic world, like Moon Knight.
Ah.
Kind of like Moon Knight, how he gets all that. That's kind of how it is. So it's from that realm
So like
of
a
like
god
magic.
bestowing powers onto.
Yes,
Okay.
and mythic, and so it's not necessarily alien, but so a little bit about the Scarab itself. It can take control of Jaime's body if it tries hard enough, but it is damaged, so that's why Jaime can control it and it doesn't take over him. So he can like manipulate it or talk to it, and it does what he wants. And okay, so that's what I had on it. So it can take over the host if it really tries hard enough, and then it can like do what it wants.
Yeah.
And keep the host in the back seat, in a way that Venom does.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So that's
interesting.
yeah. So that's a little bit
I
about
wonder-
Blue Beetle. You wonder what?
Well, that was at like 12.
I'll count. I lost count already.
I wonder if they'll even go that route of it, like even mentioning that it can take control of him. Because
Really, I feel like it's essential to it. Oh, you mean like of that aspect of it?
yeah, the darker side of it.
Okay.
I don't think they'll go that route. Well, they'll let it have its own like AI voice of its own.
You think so?
I think so, because it's very they constantly are talking to each other. You know what I mean? Like in I think it's the Justice League versus it's Titans. No, it's Young Justice. So Damian challenges Blue Beetle, like they're in like a training facility, and Damian's just now starting to be part of Titans, and so he comes there, and Damian's just such a badass. He's like, you have this super advanced tech, and you don't even know how to use it. He's like, I'm sure I can beat you without it or with it, and he does. He like whoops his ass.
Damien does?
Yeah.
Oh.
He takes him on, and like, because he doesn't have the same hand-to-hand combat. You know what I mean? So he's close enough and
Correct.
using his batarangs fast enough to like blow up, things around his feet, like hit him with fucking explosive, and like he ends up blasting out of rage. So it looks like in the cartoon, like out of rage, sometimes he loses himself in the Blue Beetle symbiote,
Or
whatever.
he lets the beetle take over.
Kind of, and so he hit Damien in the face, and half his face was like burned, like Zuko from fucking Avatar: The Last Airbender, like burnt face, like that.
Yeah.
They ended up like healing it and fixing it, but he doesn't seem to have a full control over it in anything I've seen Blue Beetle in. So I think that's what they'll focus on, just not having the full.
Which is a lot like Venom.
Yeah.
In the first film, he didn't have control over it. He was more scared than anything.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean Blue Beetle's. I mean the whole our heritage being Hispanic. I forgot about that part. I forgot that he was Hispanic, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, we've
It's
already.
cool for Latinos.
I'm not as excited as far as like, oh, it's our first representation because we already had it with America and with Namor. So.
Oh, that's right.
So we've already gotten our dose of it, or like, yeah,
This is
we're
the first time
representing
for DC.
for DC though. Yeah, so I'm excited for it.
Okay.
For sure. And then we've already talked about Brave and the Bold. Why we're excited about that.
Yeah. Super excited.
Any other ones that you're really looking for? For Superman Legacy, I'm not crazy excited about it because we've had so many Superman movies.
Yeah. I hope they do it right.
I mean, I think Man of Steel was done good.
It was cool, but it was just so like the loud noises and like the fast fighting. It was just like.
Oh, the fight with Zod?
Yeah. The fight with Zod was dope, but when he fought the minions, like the people of him, like I don't know. It wasn't my cup of tea.
No.
I prefer Batman vs Superman.
That one was dope.
Yeah. And then Justice League Snyder Cut was good. It was long as shit, but really good.
So I couldn't finish it in one sitting.
Yeah, I
watched it in like 4 increments because I'm just really.
No, I watched it in.
I think it made sense because I seen it already. I
Yeah.
seen the first one, so I'm just like, I seen this before. I'm awake. Can't like pause.
But I guess as far as excitement, yeah, Brave and Bold is the one I'm most eager to see. But Flashpoint Paradox is one of my favorite comics from DC.
Mm-hmm.
With seeing Reverse Flash, seeing Damian. I'm not Damian.
Is that what's the plot of
Flash movie? That
it's Flashpoint?
it's an adaptation of the Flashpoint Paradox. So we'll see Reverse Flash. That's why what Batman what's his name? Freaking he plays.
Robert Pattinson?
No. The very first Batman.
Oh, Keanu Reeves? I'm not Keanu Reeves. We were just talking about him. That's why he's in my head.
He plays Jack Frost.
We always do this.
Vulture.
Beetlejuice.
Yes, naming all his movies, but not his name. Michael Keaton.
Yeah, you got there first.
Yeah, he's gonna be in it, and he's playing Batman, and he's gonna wear the old suit. So I wonder if he's gonna be Thomas Wayne.
With the nips.
Yeah, with the nips. Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Why not?
It's so unnecessary. And do you think his nipples lined up in there? Like it just went click, click?
I doubt.
Just right in there?
Suction cup the nipples, just like.
Exactly. That's how it locks in.
I'm dead. I don't know.
It
but
was
didn't
so
what's her name have it
unnecessary.
too? Didn't
I know.
Alicia Silverstone's character of Batgirl have it too? Did she have nipples?
No, come on. They can't do that to a woman.
What? They did it to a man.
You can also show men's nipples in a G-rated film.
I guess you're right.
You can't do that to a woman. Come on. But no, you're right though. I think George Clooney's suit had
nipples too.
Mm-hmm. Why are we
talking about nipples? I don't know.
On today's podcast, nipples and their functions.
Stay tuned for the late night podcast.
Yeah.
But no.
Till the end of the line after dark.
Yeah, right? Oh, goodness. Well, Flash is the movie I'm excited for because of that comic was really good. If we get to see Martha and Thomas Wayne.
I'm looking forward to Shazam, Fear of the Gods too.
Yeah.
I like the first one. Second one, I'm just a big fan of Zachary Levi. I met him too. But I'm just always looking forward to sequels. Because I like seeing the story
I'm
continue.
scared because they don't always do good.
No, dude, which insert Venom here. Like,
yeah.
But I like seeing the continuation of the story. Whether it's good or bad. I like seeing what happens next with that person.
I mean, I guess I got spoiled because Marvel has not had a bad second one except for Thor.
Dark World? You thought that was worse than the first one?
No. But it wasn't great.
Well, yeah, well, the whole thing we're talking about is that the second one, it was worse than the first one.
Oh no, the second one just usually just suck.
Oh, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, not worse than the first one, they're
Yeah,
just bad.
They're just bad.
Dark World.
It's bad, dude. Don't even try to defend it.
I was trying to say something nice about it.
Because Iron Man 2 was great. Whiplash could have been.
A lot of people said Iron Man 2 flopped. Or that it wasn't better than the first.
Because none of them cared for Whiplash as a. I didn't care for Whiplash as a villain.
And we got War Machine, dude.
That's why I like it. That's why I like it. We got War Machine. We got
introduced
new tech.
Thor.
Yeah, there's so much cool shit in there. Captain America 2, Winter Soldier, arguably the best sequel for any comic book movie.
Hands down, it's my favorite Captain America.
Yeah.
Civil War is
really good.
Civil War is badass, but
It was more of an Avenger movie.
Yeah.
Let's get away from Marvel. Finish off with DC.
Sorry, we can't help it.
Yeah, we can't. Oh no, I'm not wearing it.
I forgot we went on to Marvel. I just zoned out. Well, how did we even get there? Oh, because I compared it to Venom.
Yeah. But no, I mean, Shazam would be cool. I think the first one was cool. The second one will be cool.
Oh no, I said sequels, and then that's what we get. Okay.
Kills of Carnage.
Yeah.
Venom versus
Carnage. Oh yeah, so it wasn't all right. So, but yeah, I just like seeing the continuation of a story.
Me too. It has to be done right.
And also, Aquaman is gonna be a sequel.
Oh,
so
that's right.
I'm looking forward to seeing that and what they do.
Okay, so we're getting 2 sequels and then 2 brand new movies. Because this is the first time Flash is getting.
Oh yeah, because Flash doesn't have a movie. He's been in other movies, but.
All right. Anything you're interested about that James Gunn didn't mention? Like Suicide Squad, what the fate of that, Peacemaker, the fate of that.
I hope we get a second season of Peacemaker. Suicide Squad.
You can live without it.
I mean, if they do another one, okay, but it's just like you already done 2. I'm good.
But what about the characters? Like,
I hope he does a Harley Quinn movie.
Another one.
Like Birds of Prey. Yeah, Birds of Prey was her movie, but I hope he does another one of her. Oh, I just mainly want to see Margot as.
You think they'll do like Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn movie?
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I hope he does. I hope he does that.
I think it'd be worth.
I might have
pulling that together.
If Margot kisses Ivy, Poison Ivy.
Who would be?
I might have to see that without my wife.
Who would play? In the movie theater?
Not in the no, because of like I'll be like she'll be like hitting me and stuff.
Popcorn just popping everywhere. What are you doing down there, buddy?
I'd be like, can I have the popcorn, please? Cover myself. No, yeah, but that. Also, we just haven't seen that in live action. We haven't seen that story of Poison Ivy and Harley.
Well, together. DC hasn't really shown much female leads. Outside of Wonder Woman.
And Catwoman. Halle Berry's Catwoman.
Ew! Don't talk about that movie. I'm like, please don't say Halle Berry to me.
That was like Elseworlds.
Yeah. No. But Catwoman in the Matt Reeves movie was good.
You still have Catwoman. So.
Yeah. But Catwoman in the Matt Reeves movie was good. I liked him. Liked her.
Which one are you talking about?
The new Batman. The Matt Reeves.
Oh, the Matt Reeves. Sorry, the new Batman. Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, that was a woman of color who did Catwoman.
She did a great job. Yeah.
That was Zoe Kravitz. She's another actor who's been both Marvel and DC.
Who do you think can play a good Poison Ivy?
Oh, that's a loaded question. Poison Ivy. Amber Heard. No, I'm kidding. I only said that because doesn't she have like beet red hair in Aquaman?
Yeah.
No. Man, that's a good question. To play Poison Ivy. Oh. What's her name? She played Nebula.
Yeah. I don't want her to leave the Marvel. But it might because it's James Gunn. I worked with her already.
Not only that, so that's another point in my favor. But not only that, Guardians is pretty much over with. They're doing the third film. She's probably out.
But that version of the Guardians is almost over with. We don't know if Nebula will continue. she's a synthetic android. Like she
Correct.
couldn't live very very long life.
But she's never been standalone. She's always been in other films.
True.
And Guardians, it's safe to say that after James Gunn Guardians, we're probably not going to see them.
That's not what they keep saying.
Really?
I got it. Lindsay Lohan. I was kidding. I'm joking.
We would have reached the end of the line, and there would be no
the
more.
The girl from Riverdale. Have you seen Riverdale?
No.
The redhead. Madeline something.
Mm.
What about Bonnie Wright? The girl that plays Ron Weasley's sister, Jenny Weasley. She has the figure. I think she's a solid enough actor.
Can she pull off an American accent?
Yeah, they're an actor. They'll pay her millions.
Not
of reasons
necessarily, dude. I will refer you to the great Van Dyke in Mary Poppins. What's his name? Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins. He did not do an English accent well.
I don't know. I haven't found anyone.
Yeah, that's a great question for the comment section.
Someone would have to dye their hair. Not a natural.
For sure, because that's not a natural red.
Yeah, because
that's like a rose red.
Yeah, because Karen Gillian is the one you're talking about.
Karen Gillian, thank you.
Yeah.
You sent me something?
Yeah, the one that I feel like she'll do good as Poison Ivy. She's very sexy.
Oh yeah.
She's very sexy, and she's a red hair.
Madeline.
She's from Riverdale.
Madeline
Pesh. I know exactly what you're talking about now. Yeah.
She's very sexy, and in Riverdale, I saw her like some sort of moves on there, so she could be very badass too.
Yeah, because they did it in Gotham. They've had Poison Ivy.
Did they?
Yes. And they explained it. So they're all younger in Gotham. They explained it where they actually had a grown woman Poison Ivy. And it was like with this aging thing that it was supposed to kill you, like age you all the way to your death, but she only got like some of it, so it aged her to a woman.
Okay, I didn't know she had some voice acting roles in The Simpsons.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Madalina Pestich. How do you say that?
That's a Pesh.
Pesh. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that again. I don't want to butcher it.
Yeah. But I think that's a great question for the comment section. For the viewers out there.
I think that was a great
let us know. I know Film Addicts will probably have a good list of people who they want to see.
Yeah.
I'll probably reach out to them. Or that's a question I have to think a lot more about. But off the top of the dome, I think Karen Gillan would be a good Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
But now after seeing her, I probably... Ooh! No, I think I know. What's the girl from Euphoria? The...
Zendaya?
No, not Zendaya. She's Banjay already.
Oh.
The girl in that, the chesty girl. She's...
That doesn't help, but okay.
That doesn't help.
It's cool. Whatever.
Yeah, she's... I forget her name. It's gonna pop up.
Anyways, guys.
No, she's got that. That look that like Poison Ivy, like the.
Well, Poison Ivy has like that pale skin.
That's why she has that.
Oh, she does.
That's why I'm saying that.
Pasty pale.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that she has that. That's why I think I changed my answer to her.
I think old girl from the Jurassic World movies can probably pull it off too.
Are you talking about Howard's daughter? Ron Howard's daughter?
Oh, the young one? I forgot about her. I'm talking about...
You said from Jurassic World.
Yeah.
The
redhead.
The one that ran the whole park.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that the one who directs the Mandalorians? Some of the Mandalorian episodes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Her. I think she'd be great.
You don't think she's more on the older side?
Yeah, so?
I mean, James Gunn is starting this whole... reset.
Yeah.
He's doing Superman young. Why would he cast...
But he's doing Batman old. On the third Robin.
That's a good point. But I feel like Poison Ivy would have to be somebody around Margot Robbie's age.
They're about the same age. They're not too far apart.
Are they?
Yeah.
I thought...
I mean, Margot Robbie can look older or younger, whatever role she plays.
Fair point.
I mean, I think she's like a year or 2 years younger than me. She might be like, I think she's like 30.
She's.
And this girl's like 38.
I know. I think Margot Robbie's a little older than that.
No, she's younger than me. I'm older than Margot Robbie.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
I thought she was in like mid-30s.
No.
It's gonna bother me. I gotta look.
I'm looking it up right now.
No. The actress I'm talking about.
Oh! She's the same year as me, actually. She's 32.
See, I thought she was like
She's
already.
born 31 days after me. She was born July 2nd. And I was born June 1st.
Oh, July? Nice.
Yeah. Of 1990. I know we're the same age.
Okay.
She's 41.
Sydney Sweeney.
The one from
Sydney Sweeney?
Jurassic World.
Oh,
She's
yeah, 41.
So Sydney Sweeney is who I was talking about.
Let me see.
So it's the one on the right.
Okay.
I think she could do a. Well, she's
Solid.
blonde there, but it red and then like I've seen her with like red
Or a
lipstick.
wig. Hey, a wig though.
Oh, that's true. Prosthetic wigs.
Alright.
So I mean that was the whole lineup of the upcoming DC. Let us know if you guys are excited about that because I'm looking forward to it. I'm so like I said it before and I'll say it again. I am excited that James Gunn took over.
Yes.
Because now I'll be looking forward to the DC films like I do Marvel films. Maybe not as excited.
Yeah, same.
But I'll, like some of the smaller, like I think I'll probably be excited for the DC films like I am the Disney Plus shows. Not necessarily the Marvel movies.
Okay.
I'll be like, ooh, I can't wait to see that show when that comes out. But nothing's gonna compare to Marvel movies. Like, yeah, man, I'm excited.
I can't wait.
10 days. 10 days and counting.
Well, if you guys follow us on Instagram, you guys seen we put up a post some cool merch coming our way.
Oh yes.
We will be donning them and breaking them out on our.
We almost had them today, but we weren't able to get to it.
Let's not talk about it.
I know.
But we will be donning them and going and kind of wearing them in public when we go live for Ant-Man. We'll do a little chit chat there. The Tuesday before that, Thursday, we'll do our last final predictions.
Yeah.
And then we have another video coming up of Last of Us, the first 4 episodes.
Yeah, that'll be our next episode after this one. So
yeah.
Make sure you guys watch The Last of Us so we don't spoil anything for you guys. I think it's safe to say with the viewers that they're getting, the views that the show's getting, that people are up to date with it.
Yeah,
I doubt we'll be spoiling anything for people. But I think that's it for this episode. You got any last points on it?
Nah, no.
Any last little
there's hope for the DCU.
There's so much hope.
I'm excited.
I think now more than ever before.
Yeah, and cut James Gunn some slack.
Seriously.
Let him just do his thing. Trust him. And
I feel like all these people that are talking crap now, once chapter 1 is over with, they're gonna be like, "Sorry, James, you're right," and we're just gonna be like, "In your face, we told you."
I guess one thing I do have to add, it's about James Gunn, his transparency and just coming out and putting up a video, and kind of reassuring us that he's taking the wheel and he's going to go into a whole another direction. Storytelling is key, and I feel like he'll continue to be more vocal that way. Versus Kevin is like the guy behind the curtain. He's pulling the strings. He does announcements, but they're coordinated, planned. Versus this is coordinated and planned, but I think they put that out to be like, all right, guys, shut up. Let me do my job. It's hard for me to focus when you guys are in my ear or tweeting me crap. Let me.
James Gunn was literally like, here, guys, shut it. Leave me alone. Let me finish this movie. Let me write. Just here for now. Just eat. Stop it. Yeah, exactly.
Eat. You're hungry. Eat.
Here's your appetizer. I'm cooking right now. Here's the appetizer. Shut up. For sure. I'm really excited to see James Gunn's DCU. For sure. I'm happy with that. Same. So that wraps it up for us, guys. I want to thank you guys once again for joining us. You already know this, but I'm going to tell you again. I'm with you.
To the end of the line.
Thanks, guys.